That was the worst. I do just terrible disclaimers. Like every time, you'd think I'd be good at them by now. Like I've done 29 of them. You think I'd be able to do that shit, and I just every time I botch it.
I mean, I forget the English language sometimes. So like, there's literally times at work that I'll be sitting there and I'll be like talking about something, and I'll literally just sit there and snap my fingers like when I'm trying to think about like, what the word bread is or some stupid shit. And I eventually just devolve into just pointing at it and just like making a sound, and people are like, oh, okay, he broke again.
Or you say the wrong word that in no way, shape, or form like makes you sound good, like you're trying to think of bread, and then all of a sudden you're just like, fluff wheat,
fluff
or something like that. And
then they're like, what? Fluff wheat is like a hybrid of bread and like marshmallow fluff. Spreadable bread.
Fluff wheat was made by a corporation so that they don't have to farm anything. Like it's just all chemicals. It comes out of a squirt bottle and then solidifies in the air for like 10 minutes. Have some fluff wheat.
I'm already to the point where like I can't eat certain foods past a certain hour. Like the other night, Kayla got off of work and she was like, I'm stopping and getting Taco Bell. Do you want anything? And I was just like sad looking through the metaphorical window. Like, I would love some Taco Bell, but I can't because I have to be up in the morning for work.
It's gonna ruin my day if I have it.
It really will.
It's gonna ruin your tomorrow. It's not even gonna ruin your day. It's
right. It's like it's not even here yet. And if I just eat Taco Bell, usually it just ruins your asshole like a couple hours later. But now it's just everything.
What I was saying about the kid though is she'll get out. She'll just go and she'll just poop or pee and she won't tell you anything. And then she'll like pull up her pants and just go about the day like it's nothing, but she doesn't wipe anything. She doesn't like clean anything. So like what she'll do with the bath is she will like, I'll put her in the bath, then I'll go clean the house or whatever. She'll have to poop. She'll get out. She'll poop. She'll get back in the bath without any sort of maintenance whatsoever. And she's so proud. When I come to get her out, she'll just start pointing at the toilet. And I'm like, oh, no. And I'll be like, did you poop in the potty? She's like, yeah, I pooped in the potty all by myself. And then she's just soaking in mud.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I was talking to Kayla about this last night, and I had this terrible feeling that now what's going to happen is E3 is going to get canceled this year. And then everybody's going to scramble to, do it a different way. And it's going to go over well. And everybody's going to be like, hey, you know what? Maybe we don't need E3. And it's literally like, that's it. Like, that's the final nail in E3's coffin.
Honestly, I'm sure the E3 guys are thinking the same thing. And that's why they're like the last to cancel,
Yeah.
Do you think I'm new at this? I got it down.
Says the guy who thought it was Wednesday yesterday.
Hey, welcome to the Tuesday podcast. That's what you have to. Okay. That's the title. You got your clickbait title.
The Tuesday podcast. The clickbait.
The Tuesday podcast.
Hey, bitches! It's actually Tuesday. That'll be the title of it.
Okay.
If you don't think it's Tuesday, fuck you.
If you don't think it's Tuesday.
Welcome to Coronavirus Tuesday.
So you remember that time whenever I was breathing in the microphone and I swore I didn't have a breathing problem? Turns out I actually kind of do.
What?
Yeah. I have a perforated septum.
Holy shit.
So I have a big old hole in my septum. So like, it's really gross, but I can like stick a Q-tip through one nostril and it'll come out the other side. I mean, it doesn't like hurt or anything. I don't even feel it actually because it's a big gaping hole. But because
Neil,
of that,
I feel it right now. You just talking about it.
Yeah,
I feel
really,
it.
I promise it's not bad. But like, I apparently like my nose whistles really bad. Like I always just thought it was a normal thing. And then I did some research on it, and then one day I just saw a picture of somebody sticking a Q-tip through one side, and I'm like, I wonder if I can do that. And sure as fucking shit, I can. So I'm like, oh my god, I have a hole in my nose.
Oh my god, my skin hurts right now. Oh god.
Yeah.
I get such bad sympathy pains. Like every time you say I could stick a Q-tip through my nose, like I start to vomit. Like it's creepy crawly. Well, that makes sense. There were a couple of the Foundation 4 ones too, where you're just like everybody's
noticed.
talking, and then in the background you just hear them like, and like I think Phil thought you were mad because afterwards he was like, Neil knows I'm not an asshole all the time. I was just doing that for the show, right? He's like not mad at me. I was like, no, he's not mad at you. Why do you think so? And he's like, he just sounded mad. And then when I was editing it, I'm like, I think he thinks he sounds mad because he's breathing really hard.
You know, if this doesn't make it to the cold open, you can actually go ahead and just let him know that that's what the issue is.
Logan, what the fuck, man? Come on. It's like every other week, dude. You gotta be at the podcast, or you gotta just text me and be like, I'm gonna be late. That's all. You don't even have to fucking call me. Just, you know what? One word. If you just messaged me or text me, LATE, that's it. I would know what it is.
Got it.
Okay. All right. All right.
We're good.
Poor Neil had to be present.
It's literally the joke that we made. It's mommy and daddy arguing. I just want you to know, Logan, I tried so hard to talk him down. Hard.
Mommy and daddy are fighting at the table, and the kids are just trying to, like, it's okay, just eat your potatoes. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna be fine. Everybody's fine. Nobody's getting a divorce.
Well, I think you did calm him down. I think you calmed it down. Calmed it down a little bit.
Okay.
Because that was.
It was a lot less. It was a lot less. Oh man, I'm glad I got that.
Oh yeah, I was hoping that wasn't gonna go through, but here we are.
I totally got that. I'm 100% gonna open the show on that. That's gonna be the cold open. I'm positive now. Just you belt it just immediately. That's good stuff. That's good stuff right there.
What's even crazier now though is so like I can actually with this pause the recording again. Like I actually have the ability to pause the recording between segments again.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the only problem is now, like as easy as that would make my life, I would lose the cold open.
Yeah. That sucks.
It's a real catch-22. Like I'm finally in a position where I can just like record the audio exactly to what I want it to be, and I can't. So I've been recording this whole thing because I still need to find a cold open. So I got to tell you this story, man. This morning I received this call, right?
Yeah.
And the call, it says from Pennsylvania. And usually I just like, if I don't recognize the number, it's just a decline because I get junk calls all the time.
Right.
But I see Pennsylvania and I'm like, Neil lives in Pennsylvania. I don't know why he would need me in an emergency.
What?
Maybe it's him. And like for some reason, I'm the only number he can remember. Like, I don't know. So I decided to answer it. I answer it. And this voice on the other end goes, "Hey, it sounded exactly like you, man."
What the fuck?
Exactly like you. And I was like, Neil? And it was like, we just found out that you signed up to find out about healthcare, and we wanted to. And I was like, I for a hot second, straight up thought you were playing a prank on me. like I was like, this is some weird prank that I don't understand. Like he went down to the corner, he dialed me from a payphone, and he's trying to sell me insurance like most calls are. Like, did we talk about this where I get calls about insurance all the time? Like,
that's really strange.
It was really strange. And I was like, I actually said, "Neil, you son of a bitch." And then it just kept talking. I was like, oh, this is a recording. This isn't Neil at all. I don't know what to do with this. So I want to tell you something about how slick I am. 2 times during the show. Once during fan traction, and once during that last subject. My kid has gone to the bathroom, and since I've been on the mic, the only problem with the mic is I can't just take it with me.
Yeah.
So, and I have gone and helped her on the bathroom, and it hasn't seemed like I've walked away.
It did? I heard on my end there was at least one time that I know of that you sounded like you were kind of far away, and I was actually going to ask what in the world it was that you were doing.
Well, I wasn't even trying to talk. Like, I was trying to just go in there. Like, I picked a moment where, like, you were going to be talking for a while, and then I just ran in there and, like, wiped her butt, and then, like, got her off, and then came back in.
I mean, hey, you did all right. You did all right.
I did all right, right? I did. At least it's okay. It's serviceable.
She's just buried in the blankets.
I see this.
Our one cat came up here and buried herself under a pile of blankets.
When you two are both on anything together, it's almost like a running joke now. Like, what is their pet's gonna do?
Yeah, I know. It's just how it is.
You would think we have a zoo.
I promise we do. I promise
We're not going to
don't
be
have
on
a
an
zoo.
episode of Animal Hoarders.
Please no. I would get very worried. I'll plug it though on podcast. I'll be like, you can check out Neil on Animal Hoarders.
I swear.
Weekdays on A&E.
5-part series.
Because I was literally just thinking about the fact, too, that you still make me say a tiny wizard.
Well, you have to. That's how you're introduced on the show. I can't not.
Yeah, true. But at the same time, you don't introduce yourself as Zachariah Van Sliders, a.k.a. Disciple Hard Rock.
In fairness, though, continuity, I have never introduced myself as Disciple Hard Rock.
Fair.
If you go back to the first episode on, I have always been Zachariah. That's why on the hunts, it's Phil Billy and Zachariah, because everybody who's been watching this channel would know me as Zachariah. They wouldn't know me by Disciple Hard Rock. Whereas everybody knows you, Logan, and Phil by your screen names, because that's what you guys use to start with.
True.
So that's the logic behind that. If you want me to start calling you Neil, that's totally fine. I can switch everything around. It'll be like a slow step-by-step process.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I think that I would wind up saying AKA Tiny Wizard anyways, because it's just like muscle memory at this point.
Right.
I'm hoping once I get this microphone boom come in that I'll be able to actually, because as it stands right now, I have to lean forward, especially with this little tiny ass desk. But
you know what I love is that you and Phil, who are the most active of the Foundation 4, are buying all this equipment for it, and I'm still using I'm the channel owner and I'm using books and microphones every day. Phil bought $80 headphones to replace his old headphones, and he sounds amazing now. It was a good purchase, but I'm still I got these for $20 that are marked down from $25. And then the microphone I use is one that Neil just gave me because he bought a better one. And then I got some Robert Crayas books that mounted up on me so I can talk into it. My pen doesn't work anymore. Here's a weird stat that they added, though, that they've never had before. Gender. I can find out the genders of people watching.
That's interesting.
91% are male. 8% are non-binary.
So wait.
No females and no not specified genders. I gotta say, that 8% of non-binary, man, I don't know what they're getting out of our show.
Well, I'm confused because I know Kayla listens, so either she's got a big old secret that
Spotify thinks she's non-binary.
I guess no. I don't know.
You need to have a talk with your wife, man.
Jeez. I mean, I guess that's bad on me if I haven't figured anything out by this point. So it's looking like the episode's going to be an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm all right with that. That's not super long.
Honestly, I think the bread conversation actually took maybe 5 of those minutes anyway.
I know. Is the bread conversation, which the bread conversation would have been literally perfect for the opening. We had two discussions that would have been perfect for the opening or the bonus, and we ended up just
What
adding
if-
them to the show.
But what if we put this conversation that's happening right now at the beginning as a teaser for what's going to happen in the episode?
I think
Stay tuned
I
for.
think you're asking me to do that just so that I don't put in the part about both of us being fat and putting our legs in the underpants at the same time.
I mean, you can do that. That's fine. It's the internet. Who
I don't
cares?
think I can because I think we both said we might not have a bonus, but that's fine.
Yeah,
We don't always need a bonus. That's why it's called bonus.
unless that is the bonus. The bonus is saying
The bonus
you're
is the
not
bonus.
having a bonus.
The opening could be the bonus, then not having the bonus too. We could just
That
do
could
it,
be.
you're not getting a bonus, and that's
Or
what we're
then we
talking
could
about right
lie
now.
to them and have the opening have us be you're not getting a bonus, but it's a real secret bonus
What's
if
the
you
real
stick
secret
around.
bonus? I don't know. We're all about transparency here, Neil. I don't think we should lie to them right off the bat. We definitely shouldn't tell them in the opening that we're lying to them.
Well,
Or are
then
you
they
saying
would
cut
know.
this
Well,
part?
I was gonna say then they would know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was leveraging it either way, so you could use it for the opening or the ending.
That's true. That's true. Now that everybody's confused, I think this has to be the opening.
But we still haven't established if there's really going to be an ending bonus.
We haven't. We have. That's why it's called bonus. We don't know. We don't know. I just want everybody out there to know we very rarely know anything ever.
True.
True. Want to do? Let's go right into credits.
You're asking me like I have it. Like, oh yeah, how does that sound? You want to do that? Maybe.
Hey, this is a partnership in the way that it's like 60-40, but it's a partnership.
No, I demand we upend the entire formula, starting right now.
Horrible Arena, top of the show. I want-
Absolutely.
Only blue M&Ms.
Yeah, and I have some breaking news for you, my guy. The Nerf Battle Racer is it is a cart, a pedal cart that Nerf makes that has slots for all your Nerf guns and darts. And you can literally roll up on somebody with all your Nerf guns at the ready.
That is amazing. I want that so bad. Honestly, I just want to take my Bronco and just turn it into that.
I seriously like.
Can we just pull like an A-team mod of my Bronco and just like ba ba da ba 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 and just like torch on the metal to the side and it's just Nerf things?
Just so that everybody knows, we do put our literal blood, sweat, and tears into this. We had the sweat and tears. I don't have air conditioning, and it's been really frustrating so far, but just got the blood. Zach is currently bleeding out on his desk. Decided to fight it. So
I tore my T-shirt up and I wrapped it around my hand. Let's just do it. Podcast to the end.
And I cry every night at 11:11.
Yeah.
So I grabbed 2 little pre-made bottles of like this margarita mix, and I downed them pretty quick. I have realized the folly of my decision as I have not eaten anything today.
So Neil's buzzing on the podcast.
Little bit.
Neil's buzzing.
Little bit. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Just means it got more interesting. That's all it does. That's all it does.
Gonna get me a PUI.
A PUI.
A what?
PUI, podcasting under intoxication. Never mind.
Oh,
I
Got
got the
it.
DUI, so
Oh my God, that was some corniness right there, Neil. We're gonna let that pass. PUI.
PUI.
All right. What's our overall time at? Do you know, Neil, or did you lose track of it in your stupor?
I'm not like sloshed. I can function. How dare you, sir?
I couldn't resist. I
How
couldn't resist.
dare you? And to answer your question, 40 minutes.
The car in front of me had a had a decal on the windshield, a big giant decal in red, one of those "Fear This" decals. It was a Saturn Ion.
It was probably a 99 or something like that too. And I will tell you, that "Fear This" belongs back in the 90s.
Right. It made my day. Like, I hope this guy bought it with it on it. Like,
No, what I hope is it was a time capsule. I hope he's wearing like Jinko jeans, sipping on Crystal Pepsi.
yes. Yes. That would be exquisite, man. He's just got a can of Surge with him and everywhere he goes. You know what blows my mind too is I don't ever remember Saturn being a badass car. Like, that was always like
No.
a family car company. That was never, they never had a sports car, did they?
No, I was just about to say they actually did. It was called the
Okay.
Saturn Sky. It was the
They
it was
named their sports car Sky.
yes, the
Oh.
Sky. It kind of looked like it was trying to be a Corvette. I do remember seeing a lot of them. I don't know if it came factory like this, but they had straight pipe coming off the sides down the side of it. So it
Oh,
was
really?
like it was like a sports car, but tried to also be like a muscle car at the same time. It was really weird, but at the same time, I kind of really wanted one.
Yeah, I wish we had Philbilly on this one because he's a car guy. He would probably really get into this one.
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. Saturn Sky. I don't recall. I must have been just thinking up of the straight pipe, or maybe it was just one or two that I saw that was like this. But they've got some with like Lamborghini doors.
Oh,
They've got
wow.
convertibles, and it's just like you think of Saturn, and then you think of sports car, and it just doesn't compute.
No, it doesn't. I think of Saturn, and I think of like a mom with jeans too high taking her like 6 kids to soccer practice. That's what I think of when I think of Saturn.
Coming
That
out.
is crazy that's how long ago it was when we were working together.
Yeah.
When you really look at our journey as friends, it's weird that we haven't been like best friends a lot longer than we have been.
Yeah, it's
You know, like
yeah.
we worked together for so long. Our interests are so similar, and then we moved away from each other, didn't talk except on Facebook every so often. And then you got on the podcast. It's like, oh, now we're best friends. Like,
Yeah.
why weren't we best friends for the last 10 years?
Right.
I don't
I mean,
understand.
I honestly like I have been on record saying that I'm also a horrible friend as well in regards to talking to people, because like I have a bunch of friends of mine, like even people who live like 10 minutes away from me. I have at least 2 people off the top of my head that I can think of that like I talk to maybe like once a month. And even one of my friends, he's like, dude, you can call me sometimes. I'm like, yeah, I know. There's stuff and life. And I mean, usually my schedule just doesn't line up with their schedules. And like my other friend, he's got a kid, but like he and I'll like we'll send like 5 text messages back and forth like once a month. And we're like, hey, you're still alive, right? Yep. Okay, cool.
Okay, so that's credits.
Oh man, this is so convenient.
What?
That tiny fridge.
The tiny Mountain Dew fridge from Discord.
Yes, it's just let's get a little.
Yeah, buddy. There it is. I'm not gonna lie. My trip to get to the gas station wasn't just for milk for the child. It was also for Kickstart. But I've already opened it, so I'll just have to make the sound with my mouth. Yeah, I think I can start us off at the very least. I know I can say things that'll make you angry and want to counter me.
Okay, I mean that's all that really matters, right?
Right, that's what it is. Like I'll just use a trigger word like Battle Pass or Loot Box. And then, right, right.
Kayla and I actually have like house rules, and they're like weird house rules. And like there's some like one of them's like Kayla doesn't drive in Pittsburgh, so anytime we want to go to Pittsburgh or anything like that, I have to be the one that drives.
Really?
But, yeah, because well I hate it too, because Pittsburgh's a nightmare to drive through. Oh, I hate the roads don't make sense. Oh my god, have you ever driven in Pittsburgh?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so they have roads that the direction changes if they're one way or not based on the time. They literally have a bridge that you get on the bridge from the on-ramp, and there's 8 different exits, and you have maybe 150, 200 feet to get into the lane that you need to be in. There are intersections where you go diagonal into the center and loop around. Nice. It's all hills because Pittsburgh sucks.
Well,
I'm telling you,
I know
it
there's
is.
going to be a lot of fans out there that love that.
It is an absolute nightmare to drive in Pittsburgh, and I hate it.
Like when you're talking about developers or money in the business at all, it gets so depressing.
Sorry.
It's like seriously, the metaphorical equivalent would be like a 4-year-old kid just with a plate of pizza, just happy, and you just like run in, pour a pitcher of water on it, and be like, "The world's about making money, kid.
Well, it's true.
Enjoy your pizza, bitch. Jesus."
I mean, I don't know. I know I have a very jaded outlook, but that's kind of how I see it.
Neil, I'm over here.
I hear you, Stella. How you doing?
A new fake that children it got rainbow on it now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
So, what are you doing?
I'm talking now.
Yeah, we're having a conversation, Dad. Jeez.
You know what's funny is she'll come out now on the porch when me and Melissa are just hanging out, and she'll sit down in the chair and pretend to do this podcast. She'll sit down and she'll be like, "Hello, my name's Stella. Welcome to Old Man Gaming. Your name and with me is," and then she'll look at me and she'll be like, "You say Anil, aka a tiny wizard."
Oh my God, that's adorable.
Me and Phil went out to go buy everything. We did everything in a day. So we went out to the store. We bought everything in a day. We came back. We did all the work in a day. Okay.
Yeah.
But we went out to buy and we came back. Well, Melissa was hanging out here with Phil's wife, Jack, because she went into labor the day after she was over here. She was pretty pregnant. They didn't want to just like leave her home alone.
Right.
So they ended up going on this little excursion out to get these plants, okay? So we actually got home while they were gone. And Phil's like, "All right, well, they're home. Let's drill a hole in the floor now while they're not looking." And I'm like, "Okay, great." So we're thinking it's going to be quick and easy. He's going to drill a hole. It's going to be right behind the chair anyway. Nobody's going to see it. It's going to be fine. Well, basically the drill bit that he had was like, I want to say like maybe like a millimeter too small for the Ethernet head.
Okay.
So what ended up happening was, first of all, we drilled the hole. It wasn't big. We couldn't get it through. So we drilled it again. We drilled it again. We drilled it again. There's just like wood shavings everywhere. There's stuff coming out of the floor. I'm like, she is going to come home and she's going to lose her mind on me. Like, we just kept drilling. We drilled at one part. We hit the molding and it cracked the molding. I'm like, this is
God.
It's getting away from us fast, man. And he's like, it's all right. It's all right. Once we get through, it'll be fine. He's like, I'll caulk it. I'm like, I don't know. And then like they pull in and Phil's like, she's here. And I'm like, I'm dead. And then Phil just run like the hero he is. He runs down the stairs out the front door to meet him and goes, "Everything that you're going to see, I can fix." Like right off the bat, like she gets out of the car and he just opens the door and yells that at her. I was like, that's my boy. That's my boy. Like he was like ready for it.
But at the same time, like maybe like that's the worst way to temper expectations.
Right?
Like they're gonna come in like the entire like floor is split in half.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in a way, it's a double extra because him doing that made her think it was way worse than it was. Either way, she was okay with it. My wife's a real trooper. Going in, are you ready?
Yeah.
You doing a lot of texting over there while we're recording a show?
I'm involved.
I mean, do you want to wait until you're done with your social interaction?
Oh my God.
With your much more important people?
I mean, let's be real. What all does she have to do during Fanteraction?
Thank you.
Goddamn dreams.
Oh,
People don't defend her. I was setting up good bonus content there. All right. Fans reaction. Go. And she just picked the phone right back up.
I got Neil on my side. Whatever.
I find that if I stopwatch, it keeps us a little bit shorter because I'm looking at the time.
I was just about to say, yeah, that kind of makes sense too.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like both of us should stopwatch just because it keeps us from end one more thinging, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
All
you
right,
don't
yeah,
have
I'll-
to, but I'm just saying that, like,
the only reason I asked for this week is I have something up that I'm watching on my phone.
you're watching shit on your phone.
No, not like watching. There's something going on my phone. I'm just
I was
keeping
about to
track
say,
of.
you can't do that. Melissa can get
Yeah,
it.
no, no.
can't
I'm
do
just
that.
I'm just keeping track of something on my phone right
Okay.
now.
All right. I mean, is everything okay?
Oh yeah, everything's totally fine. It's 100% fine. That's nothing wrong at all. It's,
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
Yeah, you'll find out about it later once it's all done and over with.
All right, that's very confusing to me, but okay. All right. I don't know what it would have to do with me. Now I'm very
No, you're good. No, you're good. Just go ahead. Go ahead. It'll all make sense.
Yeah, sure. Now we have just nothing but mysteries hanging about. And you're just like, yeah, just do it. Just do it.
Just do
the
the
show.
thing. It's fine.
I get to have this shit in the back of my brain like a time bomb. Great. Thanks. I'm going to go to sleep tonight. Like, what the fuck was he talking about? All right. You want to go into the first talking point? Oh, the price. God damn it. Can I just say I don't want to do this at all, this price.
Really?
Like, this is like, yeah, I really don't. I'm so sick of talking about price. Plus, I've come to realize that, you know, those really annoying people, not Republicans, but the other side, the really annoying liberals who you're in a room with them and they can't be friends with you if you have any sort of Republican ideals whatsoever. Like, they can't even like hear it. I come to realize I'm like that with video games. Like, you were so happy that you got that pre-order. I was so mad that you cared so much. And like, the reasonable part of my brain in my head is like, you can't be this mad. That's ridiculous. You're a normal person. Like, be a normal person. He's happy. Be happy for him. But I was so upset. All I could think of was like responses of like catty, sarcastic bullshit. And that's why my responses to those two messages were real small, because I was like, no, I will not be a dick to him. So I was just like, hey, that's great. Congrats. With like,
it's funny too because that translated somehow through. I was like,
oh no.
Is he mad?
I'm so sorry.
Like, I know he's not jealous. I know he's not jealous.
It's not. I'm not. And that's the thing. Like, I don't want to. Like, that's a garbage person thing to be mad about that. And like, but I was mad. I was mad that that was what you were excited about.
I mean, I don't care. I thought it was funny.
No, I know, but like, it's just, I don't know. It's just like, if I heard somebody tell me that, I would be like, you're a terrible person. Just be happy for your friend. But like, I'm in the moment. I'm like, I'm so mad, and I'm supposed to be happy. And oh man, I gotta just be real short and concise. And now we have to have the discussion. I don't want to have this. I'm so sick of talking about the price. On the subject of the registration, though, I do have a fun story about that. You are not the only person who forgets the registrations. Long time ago, back when I was living in this trailer with a friend of mine, I drove this Chevy Lumina that was just a bucket of crap that I got from JD Byrider. But JD Byrider does this thing where basically they sell you a bucket of crap, and because your credit's so crappy, they sell it to you for like 100 times the market value of it.
Oh, yeah.
And then they expect it to break down because they'll take it if you tow it in, and then they just tack that loan to the next one. So this was the second car from JD Byrider, and this time I was like, no, I'm paying it off. So side story, that I ended up paying it off. It started on fire the next day, burned up. But I got it to the finish line. I ended up paying over $30,000 for a 90s Chevy Lumina. But
Jesus.
Yeah. Do not buy cars from JD Byrider.
Oh,
it's not
no.
worth it. Just saying that right now. But that car had broken down one of the many times it broke down. I couldn't get it started. This was in February. Now, my birthday is in October. Just want to point that out.
Yeah.
So I had my dad come over to take a look at it. This was back when well, this was back when he was in the state, and one of the times that we were on good terms. And he came over, he's looking at it, and he's like, well, we got to call a tow truck. And then he's like, I'm like, okay. And then he calls tow truck, and then he's looking at the car, and he's like, well, you know, the tags are expired, right? And I'm like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, your license plate's been expired since October. And I was like, oh no. Like, I mean, like, it had been like 6 months. What's even funnier though, to put an even bigger cap on that, is I had these friends who lived quite a ways away, like out in Garrettsville, and I would regularly go out there, hang till the middle of the night, then drive home. So one night I'm driving home, I get pulled over by the cops, right?
Yeah.
These cops pull me over. They get me out of the car because, you know, I'm in my 20s, so I must be on some sort of drugs. It's the middle of the night, and I'm in a Chevy Lumina. Actually, they had pulled me over because my license plate light had gone out, right?
Yeah.
So they pull me over. They search my car, like top to bottom. They're looking for drugs. They had canine unit. I'm like, this is ridiculous, guys. The bulb went out. I'm not smuggling drugs. One guy was really mean. Another dude was like, this is just a formality, whatever. So finally, they realized that I have no drugs. I don't do drugs. So they let me go. My plates were expired the entire time that was going on. So they searched it top to bottom for like drugs and everything else. Never ran my plates.
That's that.
There you go.
Mean, yeah.
There you go.
I mean,
That's the winner. That's the winner. Like, it immediately hit me when my dad said that. I was like, oh, those guys are morons. All right, so your talking point. Let's do that. Just do that one first. I haven't found another one yet. I've been scouring IGN while we've been talking.
Oh yeah, we're probably not going to be able to do odds and ends again, because what I do after I record is delete the ones that I've already used. So the only one that I have left is what we're going to turn into an actual talking point now.
Well, let's just do that. Let's just see where it goes. Where this is going to be a real trash fire, but it is what it is.
Oh, good.
Going in 3.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. Yeah. In regards to your little rant thing there, I didn't know what to say because I was just trying to not touch that one.
Why?
Yeah.
Could you at least like try and temper it? Jesus.
I was
when you
I
don't
didn't
say
know how to
anything.
come at it.
Look, man, when you don't say anything at all and you're just silent, you make me look crazy. You've done that one other time on the show.
Yeah.
And like even if you're not agreeing with me, that's fine, but like try and like say something. When you don't say anything, I never look crazier than when there's just silence on the other end, and I'm like, great. Now I look like a lunatic.
Yeah, no, I know where you were coming from with it, but it's one of those like topics that you just don't want to touch. Like in a public forum. I was just like, I don't know what to even begin to say other than I'm not touching it. So
it was one of those where I was rolling down the hill already. But I thought I could get somebody to back me up at least a little bit. Just a tad, please. Please, you just can't be silent, even if you're like, I'm crazy.
I feel like we should just like, I don't know, title the episode something like warning it gets weird, or like awkward ahead. Just do like, if we could somehow make Awkward Turtle a GIF that would be the thumbnail.
Can we just talk about for a second how scared I was that Logan was going to sleep through this?
No lie. Okay, so no lie. Whenever I got on and I saw out of the 3 of us, there's 2 little green dots, and his doesn't show up as a dot. I'm like, oh my god, he's not here.
Dude, when I first put in that message. Like, I put in that, like, hey, I'll be able to be on at 11. Everything's good. Like, Neil responded and Logan didn't. And I'm like, God damn it. God, please, Logan,
Wait,
please.
You didn't show that I was on at that time?
What?
No, it still doesn't, at least on mine, it still doesn't show that you're on.
It shows that you're on
That's
on
so
mine.
weird.
It shows that you're
because
on mine.
when you sent that, I was awake when you sent that and already on mine. on my PC.
Like the Discord, like I typed up, getting set up now, should be ready at 11. Let me know when you guys are on and ready. And
Yeah,
then
no, I read it. I was there when you sent it.
I know, but Neil responded, you didn't. And then I was like,
I feel like I needed a response. I was like, okay, I'll be ready.
you need a response just because of how many times you slept through the podcast when you were a co-host. I was so scared. I was fishing.
Though, I also did sleep until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
I was fishing directly for a response from you, and I didn't get it. And I was like, no, please, don't ghost us again.
No, this is late for me now.
Also, the fact that we just changed the clocks and everything, so like my body still thinks right now is 9 o'clock, even though it's 10 o'clock, and or no, 11 o'clock. See, I always get so confused. It's such an antiquated idea. Yeah, fall back. So it would be 11, 9, because I woke up at like 8 o'clock this morning.
I know a lot of people hate the daylight savings time, and a lot of the world doesn't do it. But for some reason, I think I'm in the minority, but I actually like it.
No, I enjoy at least this one. I hate the other one. The other one can suck dicks.
The other one sucks, but it makes this one so nice. Like this one, especially with a kid, where you don't get to sleep in, and like, oh man, it's like I know I got an extra hour of sleep, you know.
I guess that's true. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, it's one because it happens at 2, and I'm like, as long as she doesn't wake up, I'm good to go. Like it's great. So let me tell you a story. I didn't want this to keep going on forever, but the sleeping story, like,
yeah.
So she doesn't always sleep through the night, Stella. Like a lot of times she gets up and she needs us to be there when she pees for some reason in the middle of the night, which is fine. I don't mind. But she had one night where she was real bad. Like, she wasn't bad. She just couldn't sleep. She kept waking up.
Yeah.
The third time, though, because, like, it just kept making me more and more tired. Like, usually I wake up the minute she walks in the room. Like, I hear the door and I'm awake, right?
Yeah.
But, like, the third time, it was like 3 in the morning, I didn't wake up. Like, just because I had already woken up twice. I was super tired. And every time you wake up with her, you have to go sit back in her room in the chair until she falls asleep. So so it was like just half-hour chunks in the night that I just had to sit in there and be awake. So I didn't wake up the third time. She gets into bed. Well, she had pulled her pull-up off in the bathroom to go to the bathroom. Then she got into bed. She crawled into bed. She did not wake either one of us up. She just crawled into bed, crawled up onto my back, fell asleep, and just pissed all over me in the middle of the night. Like,
what in the actual
just urine everywhere. like it's one of those stories that I'm like, this is the cautionary tale for parents. Like I'm gonna tell you all the good stuff you want me to tell you, but I'm also gonna tell you about this time when after 3 times in the middle of the night she woke up, she just crawled up onto me and just peed all over me in the sleep. And I woke up thinking I had pissed myself. Like, it was terrible. Like, I just woke up cold and the entire bed was soaked. And I'm like, what happened? And then she's on me and she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. Just you get in the shower and I'll get it. And you're totally tired. It's the worst. It's absolutely the worst.
Oh my.
I wonder how you were going to say, I wonder how our audio is going to sound with my new mic. I was going to say,
no, again, I have this. I got this HyperX one, and I'm going to have this one for a very long time.
I think we'd have to have an intervention for him at that point.
Yeah, I know. I just pictured Neil sitting in a room with a bunch of like dildo-looking mics around him, 360 degrees surrounding him.
And like you guys are like pouring your hearts out, but it's like I'm just bawling. I'm like, but how do I sound?
All right, I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you good? I suppose I should probably do something in this silence, because last time it got left in. So, yeah, doing the things.
Just so you know, I can hear everything you say when I go to the bathroom.
You know, I thought about that.
My bathroom's like 3 steps away from where I record.
I honestly, right before when you came back and you said, I was like, fuck, because 6 feet away.
Like he's not. I was just like when I went to the bathroom, I was like, I wonder if he's gonna say some shit. And then I was just sitting there, and then he started saying some shit. I'm like, ah ha ha, he doesn't know.
Yeah, no, it's the only reason I started saying anything in general was because of that time that there was that awkward silence left in.
Oh, yeah.
So now I feel like I am just obligated for show for show to constantly like never have any dead air. It's the #1 rule of show business. You never have any dead air.
I like the voice. Never have any dead air. Oh man.
Well, yeah, I mean it worked out too because today was just me like we've been putting Christmas stuff up the past few days, and
Right.
I swear to God, I'm like Clark Griswold, like in putting this stuff up. So I mean, the shenanigans that we have to pull to be able to put Christmas lights up around the house, like in the front of the house to begin with, because we have no outlets, so we have to use one of those plug adapter things.
Right.
So I mean, I ran that all and everything, and I'm using the staple gun to put the Christmas lights up around the house. And I run out of staples in the gun in the middle of it. Now I have to be at work at like within the next hour at this point.
No.
But there's a pile of lights on the ground and I can't find my staples. So I have to fly to Walmart, get them, fly back, hurry up, finish putting them up, and I didn't have enough of lights to go all the way around because we got new ones this year. So I had the porch half done. It looked like crap. So after I got out of work, I stopped at Walmart and picked up another set of lights. And I was like, I'm just going to real quick go ahead and just put them up, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be good. Everything's going to be great and fine. I'm putting them up, finishing the rest of the way. I somehow drop the staple gun, and it literally explodes into like 5 pieces. And I have to wander around in the middle of the night with my flashlight on my phone trying to find the pieces of the staple gun to just finish this. Because it's supposed to be crappy tomorrow, and it's like, oh my god, come on.
You know what else I saw since we're talking about movies?
What?
I finally got to see Deadpool 2.
Oh, you hadn't seen that?
No, it's a bummer. I didn't get to see it in theaters. I saw the first one in theaters, and I really wanted to see the second one, but I didn't get around to it. You know, kids and money and stuff.
Right.
And then we rented it. My wife fell asleep, and then our rental expired. And then it came out on Hulu, and she fell asleep again. And I'm like, God damn it. So the other day, I just watched it. And can I just say, I think I'm done with superhero movies? Not even in a bad way. I've just seen everything I needed to see on the screen. So I think my bucket list of superhero movies are checked. Like, Infinity War's done. They're all going to be convoluted from this point out anyway. And I finally got to see a good Juggernaut. So,
yeah, you know,
it's really, like the minute I saw Juggernaut, I was like, it's a good Juggernaut. I'm good. I'm good now. That's it. Like, I've seen everything I need to see for superheroes. Yay.
There was no, I'm the Juggernaut bitch. It was great.
Right. Juggernaut is like one of my all-time favorite characters. My brother will back me up on this. I love the Juggernaut. And like to see him finally on screen, I was like, yeah, the Juggernaut. Great. And he's good, and it's great. He has a great fight with Colossus. I was like, I'm done. I don't need to do this anymore. I'm done with superhero movies. I'm good. They're all stupid now anyway. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to do this episode. I've never not wanted to do an episode more than this episode.
Yeah.
Super upset.
I get the feeling
to fight with you, and I don't like doing that. And it's just,
I was about to say, I get the feeling like you're gonna get super spicy.
I'm gonna get super spicy.
And you know what? I just want it to be said now. No matter what is said, no matter what happens, I still love you.
Yeah, right back at you. And it's what I hate about stuff like this is when like I know it's coming. I'm like, I don't know. I don't like being negative. Like, I know it seems like I do, but I don't. I really don't like being negative. I don't like getting fights with people. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I feel like this episode, it's an inevitability.
At the same time, though, like, I don't know. I feel like on one hand, it's going to get bad, but at the same time, like, I don't think I'm more on your
Yeah.
side of the
Yeah.
fence than it may seem, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I think it's just because I tempered my expectations overall that I'm just kind of like, meh, whatever,
think-
it's all right.
I think that's the problem, though. We'll get into it, but we'll get into it. Just remember saltines. Okay, so. And like
See,
I'm afraid to
that's-
take any plastic chair off you because I'll take the plastic chair. I have it in my house for like 20 minutes. It'll break, and I'll be back in this rickety ass 1950s steel chair. You know.
See, that's the thing, though, is that chair has supported my fat ass, and it's even molded and formed to fat assery. So,
all right, well, I'll take it. I'll give it a shot.
yeah, I'm gonna
Wait,
try and figure.
you're giving somebody else your fat assery form chair? Is that what's happening?
That's
Yeah.
what's happening right now. We're having a
Oh,
fat
that's-
assery chair, but he offered it to me because he got a new one. But like, I'm kind of reluctant to take it because nothing has supported my fat ass other than this just million-year-old steel chair that I sit in.
So it's like third party broken and farts included.
Farts included. It is vinyl,
Phil's
so I don't know how
working
much
against you,
staying.
man.
I don't know how much.
He's quickly
power the
talking me
farts
out of
have.
this.
Well, that's the thing. Is this new chair that I have? It's cloth, so it keeps all the farts.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's the new one, though. That's not the one
That's
I'm getting.
the new
right?
one. I haven't christened this one yet. Yeah, no, I'm not giving you the
Stores
new one,
the
obviously.
farts for
I don't
later
believe you
consumption.
for a second.
Time to get your fix. It's a horrible gaming podcast. It's not good, it's not great. Horrible gaming podcast. It's not even what you would call fair. It's really not that good. Horrible Gaming Podcast.